Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Easter Sunday edition of Halo Halo Mix Vlogs. Um, in today's video, I would like to explain to you how do you can what's that? How can you hedge against inflation? Because inflation is not a secret anymore. It's already out there. You can see it in everything, in the food, in the gasoline, and I've already explained to you. I've got a text message from my mobile phone provider. There's an increase of 100% in the 911 fee, but it's not all done. It's just the beginning. So apart from that, they're probably going to increase taxes because they have to somehow repay all this currency that were printed right now, in support of the businesses and people who lost their job. But yeah, before anything else, I would like to make it clear that this video is only my personal view and opinion, and don't follow what I'm saying here. This is not a financial advice, because if you do so what I'm saying, you might or you may lose all of your money or all of your cash, whatever you worked for. So you have to do your own due diligence regarding your investment of what you want to achieve. You have to set your goal, because without that goal you can't formulate a plan, because you'll be just straddling along, and wherever the wind might blow you off. So you have to set your goal, and then formulate your plan. You make your plan A, you have your plan B, and just in case, backup plan or exit plan after that, because you never really know. The road is it's not always straight, and it's not always concrete, and there could be a winding road up ahead, and there are a lot of potholes. Never know what's the future is in store for us. So you have to anticipate. So if you plan for it, I mean, if you have a plan that it's not that you plan for a road that's not straight all the way through the end to your goal. You'll be able to achieve whatever your goal is, because you've already anticipated that there are going to be some hindrance and some hiccups along the way. All right. And besides that, so just and explain you. This today is Easter Sunday, so there's a wild wind sweeping across from the easterly. So right now I'm facing you, so I'm facing north. So this would be the eastern side. So the wind is coming from the eastern side of the town. It's sweeping across, and it blown off part of the roof. Actually, not the roof, because it's brand new. It's just 2-3 years old. Oh, almost 3 years old. The roof is just almost 3 years old. But the thin metal sheet that's covering, where the flute of the furnace comes out, the chimney, a part of it got blown off. This thin sheet of metal got blown off because of the strong winds. So I had to go up, climb up the roof, and secure it with a few nails, and voila, that's it. And so I just finished washing all these our two vehicles here. I've just done polishing my vehicle, and then I'm doing my wife's vehicle. And just today I have a nice conversation with my sister, and because last year I've been talking to her and telling her, to buy some cryptos, because back then, a year ago, it wasn't that expensive. Bitcoin last year was just last year was just 9,000 at the beginning of 2020, and then when the pandemic hit, it went down to 4,500. So a big bargain, but it was also me. I didn't buy it because I was not sure what's going to happen, because the company I was working for informed us that there are some restrictions, so we didn't work for at least 2 to 3 days. So had I known that that Bitcoin is gonna go up to 60,000, I would have put our life savings to Bitcoin and reap the rewards right now when Bitcoin is already at 60,000. So as I've said my previous videos, that I don't like how Bitcoin is going, because it's just going in like a stairway to heaven. It's not pausing at all. But right now it's forming a support. I'm not sure if that support that's the highest point, and then from this point on it's just gonna go down, or it's just forming a support level on its way up. But I guess that would be a support level on its way up, because you see, when a stock is just going up like a elevator, it's gonna come down just like an elevator. It's the same way that it went up. It's just gonna come down, just as quickly. So right now, I'm hoping that it's just a support level on its way up, because everyone's predicting that by the end of the year it's gonna hit 100,000, and that's gonna be a whole new ball game, because that would mean that it was just gonna be there's gonna be mass adoption, and well, right now Visa have already stated that they're gonna let their users, the people who has a Visa card, to use Bitcoin. I just think it's Bitcoin. I'm not really sure, but I think what I read is that they're gonna let their users use their Bitcoins, but then the platform would be on Ethereum. So they're gonna use the Ethereum platform to let their users be able to spend their Bitcoins. So that would be a good development, considering there could be a lot of people. It could be there's only 1% of all the people watching right now that are into crypto. So again, this is just my opinion. I just told this to my little sister there. They live in Denmark, and I hope that she's listening, because I told her to watch my video, but she didn't do it. She was just, I think she said something like it's cringe worthy to watch me speaking in talking in English. But that the reason why is because so that a lot more people would be able to understand, because otherwise if I just speak in my own in Filipino, in Tagalog, there's going to be less people, right? So yeah, even in the Philippines, I think you guys can also benefit from this. You can buy Bitcoin and other cryptos. If you can't buy Bitcoin, which is really expensive right now at 60,000, well, you can choose other altcoins. There are Bitcoin Cash, because Bitcoin SB, Bitcoin Gold, Bitcoin Diamond. Bitcoin Diamond is the most inexpensive, which is at $1.50 something around that area. And there are a lot of projects. You have polka dots. So what I'm telling you, the cryptos that I'm telling you is what I do know, because I invested part of our cash into these cryptos. So polka dots, XRP, XLM, I have Ethereum, Litecoin, EOS, what else? So I gave my son some investment, and one of my digital wallet, I gave it to him, my younger son, because I told him, this is your if ever we don't have anything to gave him at the latter stage, so right now I gave him what he gonna need in the future. So I gave him a little bit of a Bitcoin Cash and a little bit of Bitcoin SB, hoping that it would go up in value in the near future, so that he can pay off whatever, like a student loan that he might take out, so that he can study in university. So I've been telling him, you don't have to work hard, you have to work smart. So yeah, this is what I'm telling him. You don't need to work like me and his mom. We've been working like like a dog. So yeah. So that is one of the ways that you can hedge yourself against inflation. You can buy cryptos. So there are a lot of companies now that are hedging themselves by buying cryptos. Putting these cryptos in their balance sheet, just like the CEO of MicroStrategy said that when he was interviewed by a business channel, she said something along the line of they make a decent profit, like 5 to 6%, but then every year you're losing 8 to 10% of the value of the dollar. Then you're still in the red, like negative return, because you're losing the value of the dollar because of the continuous printing, currency printing that the government is doing. That's why they hedge themselves by buying cryptos. So there are other ways. There is buying physical silver and gold. So right now, what I do know is that there is some sort of a shortage in the silver, physical silver, because of this Wall Street silver. So these guys are buying all the physical silver there is in the market. So as you all know, there's only a limited quantity of a reserve on the ground of this physical gold and silver. That's the reason why people, if they can't get gold and silver, they go to buy platinum and palladium, which are also the price is also skyrocketing. If you read some news about the catalytic converters being stolen from parked cars, it is because these catalytic converters contain a good amount of platinum. So that's why people are risking their lives, climbing down the vehicles, removing this, even cutting off the whole exhaust pipe just to get this good quantity of. So if you lose one of your, if you have a vehicle and you lose these catalytic converters, you all know that the vehicle is not going to function well, because it has a sensor in there that tells the computer how much oxygen that you've been burning, so on and so forth. And you might be fined by authorities because you don't have any catalytic converters, and it's gonna be costly. So one of the ways that you can hedge yourself against people taking from your catalytic converter being stolen is to park it in your garage, or put it in a well-lit area. I can't think of anything else. I mean, so these are people who are gonna climb down there and steal your catalytic converters, are really desperate. So they're gonna do whatever. It's just like even if you put a high wall, like a 20-foot wall between you and your vehicle, between your vehicle and them, they're still gonna manage to, they're probably gonna dig underground just to get to your catalytic converter. So, when there's a will, there's a way, right? What else? Also, you can hedge yourself by buying, these farmlands or real estate. With with interest rates so cheap right now, well, that is also Not a financial advice. I wouldn't advise you, because you're only as liquid as as you have. If you have a job. I mean, if you lose your job, you're gonna lose everything. I'm not really. If you have, but if you have some cash slushing around and looking for a home, then buy something. Become a producer instead of a consumer. Just like in the Philippines, people are waiting for government handouts. Well, instead of, I'm not saying that everything is, that, it's really difficult. But, I know that we have a spirit, like we are resilient. What you can do is, plant in some small pots, and, tomatoes, cucumbers, or whatever. Right now what's happening is, I'm really concerned that a lot of farmlands in the Philippines are being converted to, so it's too there's too much light coming from the side window. I'm so concerned that there's so many farmlands are being converted to residential areas, especially in the provinces. So what does this tell me? That in the near future, there won't going to be any farmland to grow vegetables. And what's going to happen to the Philippines is that we'll have to import most of the food, just like Singapore. But Singapore is they're creative. They put their they plant on top of the buildings, and things like that. If you can produce your own food, and that's gonna take that's gonna make a big difference in your budget, you know, because food makes up like 50% or maybe 30-25% of your cost, and then you have rents to pay, and then so I do know it's really difficult in the Philippines, especially if they tell you, just stay home, because you have to choose between getting the virus, it's a pandemic out there, it's getting sick, or dying because of hunger. So that's what I'm just telling you. I mean, I could be wrong on there are different circumstances. If you might be in a different circumstances that I'm expecting, but you can plant in small pots, and then be more self-reliant, and you don't have to buy most of the stuff. What else? There's so many things that so in the stock market you can also make your money work for you instead of you working for the money, right? That's what I told my youngest son too. That's what I'm doing. So I invest in ETFs. I've got ETFs, bank ETFs. You know why banks? Because the banks are getting a lot of the monies nowadays because of this money printing, this currency printing. Their main business is to lend out money, to lend out cash. I explained that before in my previous video, why you should not put your money in the bank, because they're just gonna make the most out of your the cash that you deposited to them, and you, my friend, is the unsecured creditor of the bank. So if the bank there is a bank run, they don't have the how much money, how much cash that their customers have deposited in them. If they don't have it, they're gonna go belly up, and you, my friend, you're gonna lose your all your cash, the money that you work hard for. And so who's gonna pay for that? The Depositor Insurance Corporation, something around that name. I'm not pretty sure about it. You know. What else? So if you don't want to lose your cash, lose your hard-earned money, well, put it in the bank. The bank will take the risk. So if there's no risk, there's no reward. That's why they don't give you any return for that money that you deposited to them, because you're not taking any risk, and they're taking all the risk. They're lending it out. You know, that's why they charge a lot of interest, a big interest. So my sister was just talking to me and said earlier today, and she asked me how much is the interest rate, of the money that you put in the banks. I said it's 0.1%, and she said that in Denmark it's 0%. So that would mean minus, at least minus 1%. So if the bank is not giving you any return, because they're not making money, and then you put your money into the bank, and then they lend it out to other people, they charge them like 2 to 3%, and then you don't take that risk, they're not gonna give you any return. They're taking the risk, so they're lending it out. So that's what I'm like to tell. That's why I told her, if you don't take the risk, there's no reward. That's why I am in the stock market. I'm putting my money into. So what I invested in the stock market, I invested in mainly ETFs. I've already explained this in my previous video. These are basket of different companies. It depends on what ETF you're gonna get. There are exclusive energy ETFs. There are Bitcoin ETFs. There are what's that? Like S&P 500. Mainly companies in the S&P 500. Put it in a basket, and the ones that I got is are banking ETFs, and they pay good. That's why I said I bought an ETF for $7 a share, and then every month I get 10 cents for every share. So it's really good. I mean, because you never know. Right in this, right around this time, it's there are a lot of people, a lot of experts are saying that there's gonna be a crash, there's gonna be a market correction. I can't wait for that. No one can really tell when the market would collapse, or like 70-80% from its all-time high. That is really like an Armageddon. All the stocks will gonna be wiped out. Will gonna be wiped out. But do you think that the governments around the world would let that happen? Do you think that the U.S. government would let that? Most people's 401k go belly up, when this is the generation when the baby boomers will go into retirement. Do you really think that they're gonna let it happen? That is why the U.S. government had just printed 1.9 trillion in March, and President of the United States says he wants another 4 trillion over the summer. They're just they want to put in the more firewood, so that the flames could continue on. They're gonna inject more liquidity into the market, so that it's like an addict. You give him the same or a higher amount of drugs, so that he can be in the same euphoria. Otherwise, you give him less, he'll just gonna die on the street. That's what they're doing. They're just printing all this money. So it's just the beginning. What do you think would happen next year? They're just gonna print more, even more. So next year we're gonna expect that it's gonna go up to 6 trillion. They were not gonna let this everything blow right into their face. So it's up to you if you want to benefit from all this money printing that's going on right now. Well, we have to continue this. I'm gonna let you go for now. Again, you're watching Raynan. Oh, right. I'm sorry. Before I let you go, I'll make another video, a continuation of this, because it's been dragging on for 24 minutes, and I oh, shoot I still have to polish my wife's vehicle. So I'll make another video so that we can continue this, and continue our discussion about how you can hedge yourself against inflation, and how you can benefit from this money greatest wealth transfer of our generation. So I hope you hang in there, and again, this is not financial advice, and be safe, protect yourself at all times, and happy Easter. Have a good night. Bye bye.